The ideal fighter should always remain balanced and have good emotional control. But who among us is perfect? Sometimes the excitement of a fight can consume you to the point where you lose self-control and may cross the line. That's exactly what happened in several recent matches that I wanted to showcase to you today. The fighters became so caught up in the moment that they started to finish off their opponents, disregarding the referee's commands to stop the fight. At times, even the referees themselves became targets. However, let's not forget that almost every referee is a former professional fighter, and often, those hot-headed athletes who chose to challenge them ended up paying the price. In this video, we will examine 5 fights where referees had to use force to tame unruly fighters. So, the first fight I'm presenting to you today took place between the fighter from the UAE, Ahmed Al-Darmaki, and the athlete from Uzbekistan, Bohdan Kirilenko. During the fight, Ahmed Al-Darmaki brought his opponent down to the canvas and executed a rear naked choke. The Uzbek fighter struggled unsuccessfully to break free from Ahmed's steel grip. Realizing that escape was futile, he pleaded for mercy by tapping the mat 3 times with his hand. However, even after this, Al-Darmaki did not release his ironclad hold. Referee Mark Goddard had to intervene. He barely managed to separate the enraged Arab from his opponent, but Al-Darmaki was so fired up that he attacked the referee himself. He shoved Mark Goddard, who, by the way, was twice the size of the fighter, and then attempted to grab him by the collar. Naturally, the referee was furious. He sternly reprimanded the athlete. However, Ahmed Al-Darmaki showed through his demeanor that he couldn't care less. As a result, the officials had enough of this behavior and disqualified the fighter. The winner was Bohdan Kirilenko. In the second fight, 2 dark-skinned fighters, Nathias Frederick and Ahmad Aswad, squared off. In the very first round, Frederick lands a powerful left hook to Aswad's chin. Aswad goes down, but Frederick is not satisfied. He starts finishing off his grounded opponent. The referee sees this and rushes in to separate Nathias from his opponent. However, Nathias refuses to let go of his rival. The referee is forced to apply a rear naked choke to restrain the fighter. Unlike the previous fight, Nathias doesn't engage in any conflict with the referee. Technically, he didn't violate any rules, and the judges, in fairness, awarded him the victory. In this particular fight, the bald fighter caused quite a commotion. He began finishing off his opponent near the octagon fence. The referee tried to separate the fighters, but the bald fighter pushed him away and continued to attack his opponent. The referee aggressively intervened and applied a rear naked choke on the uncontrollable fighter. This sparked a real brawl in the octagon. The opponent's teammate, displeased with the bald fighter's behavior, rushed towards him, throwing punches. However, the bald fighter's team members restrained the enraged individual. This is what happens when emotions escalate out of control. In this fight, the athlete demonstrates a vivid example of unethical behavior. His opponent attempted to touch gloves, but instead received a powerful strike to the head. The referee intervened and gave the fighter a warning. The fight continued, and the fighter in black shorts grabbed his opponent's head and began delivering knee strikes and finishing blows with his hands. The referee was forced to apply a rear naked choke to stop the unruly fighter. He pushed away the referee. It was only when the security personnel entered the octagon that he calmed down. During the Bellator 187 tournament, Charlie Ward knocked out John Redmond at the end of the first round. The referee wanted to ensure that the knockout occurred before the bell. However, at that moment, the well-known Conor McGregor jumped into the ring to congratulate his teammate on the victory, which had not yet been officially announced. The referee tried to get McGregor out, and a scuffle ensued between them. The security personnel struggled to convince the Wild Irishman to leave the octagon. In this fight, Georgian athlete Ramazi Korkelia had to face off against Vyacheslav Datsik, also known as Rudy Tarzan. Datsik was always known for his wild temperament, and at a certain point in his life, even underwent treatment in a psychiatric clinic. During the ground fight, Korkilias started brutally striking Datsuk's head. The referee managed to separate the unstable Tarzan from his opponent. It is evident that both fighters sustained serious injuries. But the fight continued. The fighters found themselves on the ground again, where Korkilia began delivering powerful strikes to Datsuk's head. The referee intervened and prohibited the fighters from continuing the bout. It is apparent that Datsuk had a swollen eye, as he covered it with his right hand while approaching his opponent. However, the referee did not allow the fight to resume. Halfway through, the referee intercepted Rudy Tarzan and threw him to the canvas, preventing further attacks. Other judges entered the octagon to calm down the unruly fighter. Ramazi Korkilia was declared the winner. In the next fight, Croatian fighter Karlo Kaput skillfully outmaneuvers his opponent, throwing a left jab to the legs and landing a powerful right strike to the head. Rinat Lyatifov immediately falls to the ground. The fighter continues to ruthlessly finish him off on the canvas. The referee intervenes and stops the fighters. While Karlo Kaput triumphantly runs around the octagon, the attention of the audience is drawn to the knocked out fighter, who has regained some consciousness and started grappling with the referee. To calm down the enraged athlete, the referee applies a guillotine chokehold. Other referees rush into the cage to calm down the fighter. Naturally, the victory goes to the Croatian. The impressive knockout showcased the skills of the young man. In this matchup, Joseph Nem and Racebrink squared off. Right from the start, Racebrink lands a powerful front kick to Joseph Nem's head and continues to strike him with his hands. Several strong hooks later, Nem is down on the canvas. The crowd cheers for Racebrink's victory. However, an enraged Joseph Nem attacks the referee, perhaps believing that the referee is to blame for his defeat. Members of Nem's team rush into the octagon to restrain the fighter. In this matchup, renowned MMA fighter Michael Page, nicknamed Venom, faced off against Irish athlete Richard Keeley. During the fight, Richard Keeley decides to taunt his opponent by showing him the finger. The referee disapproves of such behavior and issues a warning to the Irishman. He then says something to Michael Page, who clearly doesn't appreciate it. Within a few seconds, Richard Keeley finds himself on the canvas, and Michael Page dances his signature dance near him. Afterward, Page playfully begins to attack his opponent, alternating strikes with his legs and hands. Next, Michael pins Richard to the floor and demonstrates to the referee that he will strike him, and he does so. The referee intervenes and separates Page from his opponent. Page's demeanor clearly showcases his audacious behavior. The referee admonishes Michael, but it's evident that he couldn't care less. The fight continues, and Michael executes a fantastic combination. While jumping, he pretends to strike with his knee, distracting his opponent, and then lands a precise hook to the chin. Keeley falls into a knockout, and Page begins his wild victory dance. The referee approaches Michael and starts saying something to him. It's clear that Venom is not pleased with it. Nevertheless, a knockout is a knockout, and the victory is awarded to Page. As we can see, people come in different types, and athletes are no exception. The majority of athletes compete while adhering to the rules and accept both victory and defeat with equal resilience. However, some individuals become too engrossed in the fight or get disheartened by a loss and begin to exhibit unethical behavior, lashing out at the referee, their opponent, their opponent's team, or the spectators. Although such behavior often helps a fighter gain publicity, it is unacceptable. Even if you lose, it is essential to always remain a person of integrity and demonstrate sportsmanship, because it is one of the most important qualities of a true fighter. Subscribe to our channel, leave comments, and hit the like button if you enjoyed this review. We have many more exciting videos coming up. See you soon.